Hi, I'm Ali from Due North Psychology, and I'm bringing you a series on reducing stress in uncertain times. And my last video was filmed in the car because the rain from the cyclone Alfred was so strong, even here in New South Wales. And today the sun has come out, so I'm back here in my sunglasses and just having a look at the beach. I don't know if you can see really in the video there, but there's a lot less sand and there's a lot more rock than there used to be. The weed is really exposed today, and there's some signs up warning people not to go into the water and not to go too near the rocks. And it's so fitting with our current theme on stress and change and what happens in these uncertain times to our minds, because impermanence and change, as evidenced by these recent weather events, are often outside of our control. And sometimes we can be prepared for something we can see coming. We get the warnings for the cyclone and we're able to do something about some of it. But there's still the devastation left afterwards from the impact of the event. And it can leave us under-resourced afterwards. It can leave us with a sense that we don't have what it takes to keep going, or we're just not sure how to do the next right thing or the next good thing for ourselves because we weren't anticipating that this would happen. And so I think it's really fitting, particularly in this time, to be thinking about what are some helpful and unhelpful ways to just let your mind manage this. A couple of unhelpful ways first are to notice the tendency towards fighting reality. To say this shouldn't have happened, or to try to understand maybe why it happened, particularly with a big weather event like this. It's happened. We really need to do that radical acceptance piece of saying, now that it's happened, then what? And as difficult as that might be, it actually prepares us better to cope. There's been some really interesting studies done on how people survived really difficult things like concentration camps and other really extreme human survival situations. And people who kept thinking it'll get better or kept holding on to the past tended to cope a lot less well than people who accepted this is what it is and dug deep into their own sense of what can I do now. So fighting reality, really not helpful. But accepting reality and then digging into what have I got that will help me get through this, or what matters to me right now, what's important, really does help. It draws on our creativity, it draws on our ability to connect with other people who may have resources, and it allows us to keep taking that next right step forward. This beach is going to take a while to recover. Some of the sand might wash back in from different wave action moving in a different direction, but a lot of this is going to have to be some coordinated planning by councils and different organisations to try to get the beach back, and they're going to have to be thinking about how they can protect from future cyclones as well, or whether it's worth it, whether a revamp of the whole beach needs to happen, just like this wall here that they've put in a few years ago to protect against further erosion. It might be that you're going through something yourself, which is kind of parallel, where you're at a choice point. Do I put the sand back into this relationship or into this situation and try to restore it to the way it was? Or do I reconsider and think about some new way to move forward with what matters and what resources you have? This is a place to pause, to not take it too fast, and you'll get through this one step at a time, drawing on your resources. Maybe it's helpful to think of 2 or 3 situations that you've already been in where it seemed as though the sand was metaphorically swept away from your beach and you had to start again, or you had to change some things up. What did you do then that really helped? And what did you do then that you think, yeah, that was probably a waste of my time, ruminating or obsessing over what could have happened or should have happened? I encourage you to learn from your own wisdom and to build from the wisdom of nature as well. Things are impermanent, but we're resilient. I'm Ali Mackay from Due North Psychology, bringing you tips on resilience in difficult and changing times. And I look forward to sharing some more tips with you in future videos.